Hello everyone, and welcome to a video that's sure to make at least one person from every country angry. Truly a globally unifying experience. Today, we're diving into a sensitive topic, the top 10 most disliked nations around the world. Now, before you grab your pitchforks, keyboards, or whatever your preferred tool of digital outrage is, remember, this is based on various polls and opinions, and not personal views. Think of it less like a definitive ranking and more like a which country is most likely to be voted off the island of global popularity. And let's be honest, with the way things are going, that island might be sinking anyway. North Korea. A land shrouded in more secrecy than a Kardashian family recipe. It consistently tops these most disliked lists. And frankly, it's not that hard to see why. We could talk about the human rights record, which makes even the most jaded dictator think, that's a bit much. Or the nuclear program, which seems less about defense and more about a leader trying to overcompensate for something. Look, it's complicated and we could spend hours unpacking it all. But let's just say if North Korea were a restaurant, it would be one with a 2-star health rating and a Yelp review section filled with stories of food poisoning. Next up is Iran, a country often reduced to headlines about nuclear ambitions and tense standoffs with the West. And while yes, those are significant issues, reducing Iran to just that is like describing a rainforest solely by its mosquito population. Iran has a rich history, a vibrant culture, and a population that deserves to be understood beyond the often negative stereotypes. However, its government's actions on the world stage, particularly its nuclear program and support for certain groups, have understandably ruffled feathers globally. It's like that friend who makes amazing food but also can't help but bring up their conspiracy theories at every dinner party. Well, look who decided to join the party, the United States of America. You know, the land of the free, the home of the brave, and apparently a bit of a lightning rod for global disapproval. From foreign policy decisions that sometimes resemble a bull in a china shop to cultural exports that can feel a tad invasive. Let's just say America isn't winning any Most Humble Nation awards anytime soon. And look, every country has its flaws, but America's are often broadcast on a loop, 24/7 on a network with global reach. So yeah, a few eyebrows are going to get raised. China, the rising dragon, the economic powerhouse, the nation that gave us delicious dumplings and, well, TikTok. But behind the economic success and viral dance crazes lies a more complex reality. China's human rights record has been a point of major international concern for years, with issues like the treatment of Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang province drawing widespread condemnation. Then there are the territorial disputes in the South China Sea, which have made the region feel a bit like a geopolitical pressure cooker. Russia, a nation that's often portrayed as a bear on the world stage, big, powerful, and maybe a little unpredictable. From its annexation of Crimea to its alleged meddling in foreign elections, Russia has a knack for keeping things interesting, in the same way that a heart attack is interesting. Its current government's crackdown on dissent and freedom of the press hasn't exactly won at any popularity contests either. It's like that friend who's always starting arguments but then gets surprised when they're not invited to the party. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is one of the most intractable and emotionally charged issues of our time. And Israel, as a central player in that conflict, often finds itself at the center of global scrutiny and criticism. Its policies regarding settlements and the occupied territories have been condemned by many countries and international organizations. It's a situation where no easy answers exist, and both sides have legitimate grievances. But the ongoing conflict, coupled with the complexities of the region's history, has undoubtedly impacted how Israel is perceived on the world stage. Pakistan, a nation grappling with a unique set of challenges, both internal and external. Internally, it faces political instability, economic struggles, and a constant battle against extremist groups. Externally, its historically fraught relationship with India, particularly over the disputed region of Kashmir, continues to be a source of tension. These factors, combined with concerns about Pakistan's nuclear arsenal and its perceived role in the fight against terrorism, have contributed to a sense of unease among some in the international community. Saudi Arabia, a land of vast deserts, immense oil wealth, and unfortunately, a rather concerning human rights record. The Saudi government's treatment of women, LGBTQ+ individuals, and political dissidents has drawn international condemnation. The brutal murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in 2018 further tarnished the kingdom's reputation and highlighted the often brutal reality beneath the veneer of modernity. It's a classic case of money can't buy you love, or at least not the kind of love that doesn't involve oil contracts. Syria, a nation synonymous with tragedy. The ongoing civil war, now in its second decade, has resulted in one of the worst humanitarian crises in modern history. Millions have been displaced, countless lives lost, and the country lies in ruins. While the Syrian government under Bashar al-Assad bears a significant portion of the blame for the devastation, the conflict has also become a proxy war for regional and global powers, further complicating the situation and dimming any hopes for a swift resolution. Afghanistan, a nation that has known little but war for decades. From the Soviet invasion to the US-led intervention and the recent Taliban takeover, Afghanistan has become synonymous with conflict and instability. The human toll of these conflicts has been staggering, with millions displaced and living in poverty. While there's hope for a more peaceful future, the challenges facing Afghanistan are immense, and the scars of war run deep, both within the country and in its perception on the world stage. Well, there you have it. These are the nations currently viewed unfavorably by many around the world. It's a sobering reminder that global perceptions are complex and often shaped by a multitude of factors, from politics and history to economics and, sadly, conflict. But remember, these rankings are just a snapshot in time, a reflection of current events and opinions. They don't define a nation or its people.